So there's this sort of centralization of vendors, but then also a centralization or sort of a centralization of technology solutions for this translation use case. We at Lilt have seen quite a bit of that in the very large enterprise, and I wonder what you're seeing. So it's not like we're going to buy a TMS and run everything through the TMS. We've got this sort of like ChatGPT style use cases, and then we've got the sort of exquisite use cases as well that they're looking to plug something into. So I wonder if you've seen something like that type of system architecture or corporate architecture, and what you think that portends for how the translation use case and AI models permeate through the enterprise.
That sounds like they're jumping from a totally decentralized setup to something that's really relying on what generative AI can or may not yet be ready to do. If I look at it from the perspective of an organization that uses a TMS, I would see that the TMS is like an organizational center. It organizes an enterprise's needs. So they may have multiple content repositories, multiple languages, multiple audiences for their content. And right now, a TMS is providing all of that connectivity, not only between the content repositories and whoever or whatever is doing the translation, but also organizing all the linguistic assets that are still valuable. So terminology, term bases, translation memories are still valuable. I would not be throwing that out. But the concept of self-service, I think, is really important because enterprises need to provide translated content for internal use, or in cases where there's not much risk if something's incorrect. But they still need to be on brand and to be according to an organization's style and voice if it's customer facing. So it's an interesting time that we're in right now where there are these options for doing that leap. But I would still say you need that organizational structure, the pipelines for taking content from one place through whatever process is needed to achieve the outcomes that you intend.
Maybe what I'd add to that is the challenge for the legacy TMS providers is that they're often not terribly flexible to support these sorts of use cases because they were built around very structured workflows, certain data processes. And now you're saying we're going to toss people who just need something quick and easy, are going to use different processes. It's not set up for that necessarily. But the challenge is if the TMS doesn't change to accommodate them, they're just going to go off and, department head with a credit card is going to get it through an ERP, a CRM, or something else. And then you lose that control. So it's a real challenge right now to extend out to the use cases you're talking about. But we are seeing some enterprises that now are saying, do we really need a TMS? And they're looking at using workflow automation, no code, low code workflow automation to build some of this in and saying, can we simplify all the things Allison's talking about to a point where this will work and we just bypass the TMS? And we're starting to see that.